a member of YUCI. Artificial intelligence is one of the most important tools in the 21st century. Convinced by this, our speaker is using this to bring major improvements in Africa. With this vision in mind, we welcome our next speaker, Mr. Seth Ferris. He is a computer engineer and a social entrepreneur. After a few months of accounting studies at the Pierre Mendès University in Grenoble, he decided to turn definitively to IT and entrepreneurship. Seth Ferris is the co-founder of the Adiaba, that is a company specialized in the design of connected poultry egg incubators. Since 2018, he's been collaborating with the Pan-African Data Force Network, and the objective of which is to federate an African ecosystem of data issues. Not only this, he has even developed an app called as SysGo, which allows the creation of a parallel economy based on virtual currency to help the most disadvantaged access an inclusive economy. We'd like to welcome you, sir, and the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be able to share some information on the future of technologies and innovation, as well as the opportunities for the African youth. Digital technology has increasingly tangible social and economical impact, and digital professions are being created at a considerable rate, allowing the development of digital economy. And there will be tens of millions of jobs for people with advanced digital skills in the coming years in Africa, because these skills are more and more being demanded. With some economies predicting a talent gap for workers with advanced digital skills, and others ranking ICT specialists among the fastest growing roles. While young people are often seen as digital natives, the majority of them do not actually have the digital skills to fill the vacancies. This means that although we have a growing need for those kinds of skills in our countries in Africa, few people are actually involved in these sectors. So we need the youth to actually get more involved in the digital sector in Africa. It is growing, but not at a sufficient rate that will allow a consistent change in terms of impact in the digital world. So governments, social partners, the private sector, academia, civil society, and other key stakeholders must ensure that young people are equipped with the digital skills necessary to take advantage of employment and entrepreneurship opportunities to build an inclusive digital economy and society. So equipping young people with digital skills, in particular, advanced skills, and providing them with entrepreneurial opportunities will contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, number 8, which is to achieve decent work and growth for in economic inclusion. In 2035, we will have the biggest workforce in the world, in Africa. And this potential has to be used properly. I believe that when we speak about technology in Africa, we most of the time only mention the technologies like artificial intelligence or blockchain, many other things. But the most important thing that we have to do is to also pinpoint the major problems that we face in Africa in order to use those technologies to address them. Some of the sectors that are really growing in Africa or that have the most potential are agriculture and e-commerce. So I will talk about a few technologies like artificial intelligence and blockchain, and see how we can properly use these technologies to foster development in our continent. First of all, artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that uses mathematical concepts to find a way to make machines and computers autonomous in a way that they can plan ahead. They can help us really do things that only humans could do in the past. So this is a really big tool that we can use in our our companies in our startups. So some technologies like drones, using drones in agriculture can help farmers reduce losses in their crops. And also it can allow them to do planning, so they can plan ahead and know how much they can be able to harvest at the end of the season. But while dealing with artificial intelligence, there are many problems that people usually face. It's the ethics of artificial intelligence. When the media talks about artificial intelligence, they usually speak about robots that will take jobs and all these things. But this is a Western view on the issue. What I believe we can do with AI is to see it as a tool that can help us bridge the gap between the fact that in Africa we don't have enough resources in terms of financial resources. So using these technologies can help us leapfrog and go through some steps that were not possible in the past. So we can have automated ways of managing and optimizing the yield in farms, and also create new ways of interactions. I will mention financial technologies and how artificial intelligence and also harnessing data can help in this sector. So I have contributed to the development of Sisway, which is a platform that allows for financial inclusion in Africa, and it allows the most it allows people who do to be able to create a parallel economy that allows them to exchange goods in their own terms without having to deal with the real financial world, the international financial system. And this is powerful because in rural areas where uh, there's not a lot of financial inclusion, this technology can be used to allow them to have a secure way of transferring value. And because when in the society you have, for instance, people who have products to sell, or they have goods that they have to sell, we need to have a medium that serves as a trust for the people who are making transactions. So Sisway is serving that role, and this is enabled by the use of um, artificial intelligence that directly helps ensure that the security level of such a platform is really high. Um, some domains where you can use artificial intelligence are not limited to agriculture only, but you can also use it in education, public services, tourism, distribution, construction. This is a technology that can really be harnessed in many areas and many disciplines. You can use it for optimizing. If you have a retail company, artificial intelligence can be used to optimize the delivery times. And in healthcare, for example, there are many applications. It can be used to not only manage the the way people uh, schedule their appointments, but this is just a basic thing. But more deeply, it can be used to easily diagnose some potential illnesses that could not be identified early enough. And if we dig even deeper, we can understand that AI can be used to diagnose some diseases that are in a very early stage of development. So AI is really a technology that we as Africans have to invest a lot in terms of research and also in terms of the ethics, because it is a very powerful tool, and with every powerful tool comes some challenges in this area. So this is just one aspect of all the technologies that we have at our disposal. I will also speak about blockchain, which many people, when they hear about blockchain, they think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And I can say that these are opportunities as well where you can invest, but more practically, you can use the blockchain technology to do product tracking in agriculture, because it is a technology that is also based on cryptography, and it helps you have a really secure and reliable way of storing information. And this really allows, sorry, this really allows to be this allows you to track some information. For instance, if you have a business in agriculture, blockchain can help you do quality insurance, because for every product that goes out of your warehouse, you can know the quality, you can store this information, you can store the time, the transit time, the time that it takes to get to the consumers. And this also takes in account the supply chain. And all these information can be stored securely and be a sort of trust for the consumers, so that they can know that what they are consuming is actually of a high quality. And with blockchain, you can also use smart contracts when you want to deal with some suppliers and ensure that you don't need a third party to validate your transaction. You can do the two of these transactions directly. And so this is how you can use blockchain and AI, artificial intelligence, in your businesses. So the way I use it in Adiaba is to, I'm talking about machine learning. This is more of a way to optimize the use of electricity in the machines. So Adiaba is a connected egg incubator that allows the producers to increase their yield. And in order to optimize the electricity consumption of the machine, we use machine learning to optimize uh, the, the consumption of electricity. And this reduces, um, this actually increases the production, because we have less eggs that are lost. because the key factors that intervene in poultry production while the eggs are being laid are the temperature and the concentration in CO2. So those two informations are monitored more or less by the intelligence system that we have developed. So this is how you can basically use the emerging technologies in your companies. And also, one thing that I can tell the youth is that if you can't start a business, uh, you can also learn these technologies and help other entrepreneurs who are in your community to build really sustainable and scalable companies. So thank you. This is the information that I wanted to share with you. And I thank also the team and everyone who spoke today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us about the importance of artificial intelligence